let's talk about the most fundamental story there is. Your story. Seriously, we're going to unpack the science of how you, yes, you, began from a single cell to the person you are right now. It's a journey that every single one of us shares, but at the same time, it's completely, uniquely our own. Okay, so let's start with the big one. What makes you, you? Is it your DNA, the stuff you got from your parents? Or is it everything you've experienced since you were born? You've probably heard of this. It's the classic nature versus nurture debate. And let me tell you, the real answer is so much cooler than just picking a side. For a long, long time, people argued back and forth about this. But what science shows us now is that it's not a battle. It's more like a dance, a constant, really complex dance between the potential that's baked into your genes and the world that you interact with every single day. It's your own personal choreography. To really understand that dance, we've got to get to know the lead partner. So let's zoom in, way in, and take a look at your genetic blueprint. This is the nature part of the equation. The actual instructions that built you from the ground up. So at the very heart of it all is the gene. And honestly, the best way to think of a gene is just like a recipe. A single recipe for making one specific thing, a protein. And your body, it's working off a massive cookbook with about 20,000 of these recipes. So that's a huge collection. Now, these recipes aren't just all jumbled together. Nope. They are super neatly organized into 46 volumes that we call chromosomes. And these come in 23 pairs. And you get one full set of 23 from one parent and the other full set of 23 from your other parent. And boom, you have your own completely unique library of life. And here's where it gets really mind-blowing. The entire library, all 46 of those books, is packed into the microscopic little nucleus of almost every single one of the trillions of cells in your body. It's like having the ultimate zip file of you saved everywhere all at once. So, how do our cells actually use this incredible code? Well, there are two main ways. For most of your body, your cells use a process called mitosis. Think of it like a biological copy machine, just making perfect duplicates to help you grow and heal. And then there's meiosis. This is where the real magic happens. This is the process that creates the unique sperm and egg cells to pass that legacy on. What makes meiosis so special is that it literally shuffles the genetic deck. It takes the genes you inherited from your parents and mixes them all up in a new way. It's like taking two decks of cards, shuffling them together like a Vegas dealer, and then dealing out a brand new, never-before-seen hand. This guarantees that every single sperm and egg cell is totally one of a kind. So, what's the big takeaway from all this shuffling? Well, it means the odds of you being you are just astronomical. The chance of your parents having another kid with your exact same genetic code is 1 in trillions. Just let that sink in. You are quite literally a genetic miracle. Okay, so we've got the blueprint, this 1 in a trillion design. Now, let's discuss the construction phase. This is the incredible 40-week journey of how that one single cell builds itself into a brand new human. This whole 40-week epic is usually broken down into 3 main acts. First up, you have the germinal period. That's followed by the super fast and super critical embryonic period. And finally, there's the long stretch of growth and development and the fetal period. Each stage is its own amazing story, and it all kicks off with that one cell, a zygote, which starts on a pretty dangerous trip. For about a week or so, it's just dividing and growing as it travels. But the odds are really stacked against it. This very first step is so fragile that fewer than half of all zygotes even survive long enough to implant and continue the journey. But for the ones that make it, we enter the embryonic period. This is where things just go into hyperdrive. The first little flicker of a heartbeat, the very first structures of the brain, the tiny little buds that will become arms and legs. It all happens here, and it happens fast. It's a time of explosive creation, but it's also when things are the most vulnerable. From week 9 all the way to the end, the focus shifts. It's all about growth and refinement. The developing fetus is actually practicing breathing. It's starting to hear sounds from the outside world. The brain is expanding at a shocking rate. And what's wild is that by this stage, the vast majority of the brain's neurons are already in place. It's incredible. So this whole journey is just remarkable. But, it doesn't happen in a perfect little bubble. So now we need to talk about that other dance partner, nurture. We're going to look at how the outside world can actually interact with this whole delicate process. These environmental risks, they have a scientific name, teratogens. It sounds kind of intimidating, but really it's just a broad term for anything that can get in the way of typical development. Anything from certain illnesses to pollutants to different drugs and alcohol. And here's the key thing to understand about these risks. Timing is everything. A teratogen that might not do much damage at one point in the pregnancy could cause major problems at another. You see, different parts of the body, like the brain or the heart, have these specific critical windows when they're being built, and that's when they're most vulnerable. Now, some of the most well-known risks come from different substances. We all know that things like tobacco and alcohol can have a really big impact on a baby's development, affecting everything from birth weight to how the brain functions. It's just a powerful reminder of how deeply connected mom and baby are during pregnancy. And it's not just about what somebody consumes. The environment itself matters a lot. We're talking about things we might not even think about, like lead from old paint on the walls or fumes from certain chemicals. It really shows how important it is to be aware of your surroundings, especially during this critical time. A mother's own health is, of course, one of the biggest environmental factors of all. Staying healthy and avoiding certain infections isn't just about her own well-being. It's one of the most powerful ways to protect that new life and shield it from potential harm. So, we've seen the two sides of the coin. We've got the incredible precision of the genetic blueprint, that's nature, and the powerful influence of the world around us, that's nurture. So, now let's bring it all back together with the grand finale, this beautiful, complex dance of life. I think this quote just says it all. Your genes don't write your destiny in permanent ink. Not at all. They've just set the stage. They create a whole range of possibilities for who you could be. But it's your life, your experiences. That's what writes the actual script.